Hey everyone, welcome back. Here's our equation. X plus 5 equals X. That's it. Our goal is to find all real values of X that make this equation true. And we're also going to answer a question that often sparks a debate. Could infinity be a solution? Now, you might have seen people try to solve an equation like this by squaring both sides. So let's deliberately fall into that trap and see what happens. If we square the left side, we get the quantity x plus 5 squared. Expanding it gives us x squared plus 10x plus 25. And squaring the right side simply gives us x squared. Now look at that. We have x squared on both sides, so they cancel. That leaves us with 10x plus 25 equals 0. Subtract 25 from both sides. 10x equals negative 25. Divide by 10, and we get x equals negative 5 over 2. Sounds great, right? We found an answer. But let's not celebrate just yet. Whenever we perform an operation like squaring both sides, we should check our answer in the original equation. So let's substitute x equals negative 5 over 2. Our original equation was x plus 5 equals x. The left side becomes negative 5 over 2 plus 5. That's positive 5 over 2. But the right side is negative 5 over 2. Wait a second. Positive 5 halves does not equal negative 5 halves. So our supposed solution is completely wrong. The squaring method has created an extraneous solution. But here's the funny part. We never needed to square anything in the first place. Let's go back to the original equation. X plus 5 equals x. Since x appears on both sides, simply subtract x from both sides. The x terms disappear, and we're left with 5 equals 0. But 5 can never equal 0. That's a contradiction. And that tells us everything we need to know. There is no value of x that can satisfy the original equation. So the equation has no real solutions. But now comes the interesting part. What about infinity? You might be thinking, wait a minute, isn't infinity plus 5 still infinity? Well, there's an important distinction here. Infinity is not a real number. It's a concept describing something that grows without bound. It isn't a point sitting somewhere on the real number line. And there's another important warning. You cannot treat infinity like an ordinary real number and freely perform operations such as infinity minus infinity. That expression is indeterminate. So even though we can informally say that adding 5 to something that grows without bound doesn't change the fact that it grows without bound, that does not make infinity a valid value of x in our original equation. So the final answer is there are no real solutions. Pretty amazing, right? So, did you fall into the squaring trap? Let me know in the comments, and I'll see you in the next one.